continue with Cristina Aranda, who is Marketing Director of Intelygenz. She's founder also of Mujeres Tech. It's a company with a headquarters in San Francisco. Mujeres Tech is a community of the technological sector promoting the female talent. They have many projects in these communities, and she's like a common point of all the initiatives to be used for personal and professional development. Among other associations, she's also a member of the community of female leaders in America and that of Talent Women in Madrid. Thank you very much for being here this morning, Cristina. And we're going to listen to her paper, We Are the Queen Doers. Here, surprisingly. I'll start my talk. I am Marketing Director, co-founder of Mujeres Tech and Aliados. I have a PhD in Applied Linguistics. Always when they ask me, what is a PhD, a linguistic expert in technology? Well, what are we doing in Google? Just searching terms. I also have a master in business, in internet business, because I realized that with Hispanic studies, I wasn't going to make a lot of money. I wanted to make a lot of money, so that I went into technology. I'd like you to reflect upon this, the left image. Do you know what it is? It is a stylus. How many people were needed to make this innovative device? One person. Great. However, the great advance of humanity, the mouse, how many people are needed to manufacture this innovative device or product? Hundreds, thousands. Yes, the designer, logistics expert, etc. So in social innovation, it happens the same. If we want to change things, as Soledad mentioned, we have to start and count on everybody's ideas. So innovation, social innovation needs of everybody's participation. And for social innovation, we need doers. You know, there are three kind of peoples: the thinkers, the doers, and the ikers. The ikers are the people who say, hay que hacer, we have to do this and the other thing. We are doers, and when people say, Cristina, why do you join more associations? Well, because we like joining associations to do things. We're not here just for the picture. The picture is great, as the community, the maker community says, but we are not selling motorbikes. We are making motorbikes. We are not doing just selling social impact. We are doing social impact. When you start with a social project, you start from the status, not the status quo. What do you want to change? Well, we were already told that out of 1,000 degree students in Europe, only 29 are women in sciences, and only 3 of them will start working or will work in the field of what they studied. The others no, because of different reasons, not because the climate is very hostile, but whatever reason, they do not take into account the female talent. What about presence of women in technology? Well, less than 20%, but we are not technological women. We are not designers, programmers. Let's have a look at the programmers, or how many people, or women rather, in cybersecurity, and how many women in IBEX 35. According to IS studies, only 17%, but no data referring to women present in digital sector in Spain. No idea. We've tried to promote a survey. It's more or less ready. So if you have 50,000 euros, we go for the survey. If somebody wants to donate the survey, we will start this study. Only 50,000 euro. We can talk during coffee break. Entrepreneurs, INCIBE is cooperating in a project in entrepreneurs, women in cybersecurity. If you go to INCIBE. That is a place where these entrepreneurs show their startups. They only represent 20%, but talking to the people in startups, they are not that many. There are many co-founders, but there are very few founders. What about women developers? How many women developers, the ones making the digital product? Average, only 15%. It has a great impact on the digital product. That's what Soledad mentioned. A product launched by Google or Apple, I cannot remember, Internet of Me, a wearable, a watch or a smart watch that measured all the health things that had to do with the body, but did not measure anything about administration. Of course, the period, of course. If the designer is a man, we'll never think about our period, our monthly period. What about security? According to Forbes, in cybersecurity, it is a market that grows by 36%, approximately. Soledad mentioned about the impact in terms of attack. In societies for human resources management, they say that 6 million of employment will be generated. Soledad mentioned 1 million in states, when the rest of the world 6 million of jobs. And you say, oh my gosh, people who want to work, and women who represent 50%. No, women only 11% in WSC. If we go to the European Union with different initiatives, as for example, the Framework Horizon 2020, or the recent social pillar, European social pillar, that highlight that we do need a female talent because companies that have greater talent amount to 35% more of productivity. But say companies need 40% of women. Maria Luisa mentioned before, no, we never reach that figure. We even go backwards because of the crisis, for whatever reason. And we have a 50% of youth unemployment in Spain. 49.6% more specifically. And then look at this, 825,000 digital jobs demanded. This was said by the regional minister at the beginning of the Congress. Is there a digital divide? Yes, because people confuse. It is not the same having a smartphone as having competencies. There is an abyss between the training given at universities and the competencies needed at companies. People who have been at the university are people who have self-educated themselves. Let's go to the most simple part of the study. When I started to think, okay, I'm going to enter the term a toy for a girl in Google. What does the girl do for humanity? Paint her nails. This is a search in Google. I'm going to look in plural. Girls. Yes, but inside the home, they are preparing food, they are cooking, they spend money, they are not producing. However, a toy for boy. The boy is producing, generating wealth. In plural, they are outside, they are working outdoors, and they are creating, generating, prototyping, making money. And if we go to the Google Trends, I recommend it for those of you working in technology to see how things are going in terms of search. Popular searches of 2015. Okay. 2015 was the following. How to be happy? Well, I buy it because we all want to be happy. Well, some people want to be unhappy, the Gothic people. But happiness anyway. And the rest of it is give me poison because I want to die. How to become a model, with all my respect to the models, how to be pretty, how to be cool, and how to be a hacker. Why don't we hack all these? Why don't we hack how to be educated at schools? Before, Soledad mentioned that we have to introduce initiatives. Why not to change the paradigms? The paradigms at school. We are not princesses or consumers. We are queens or doers. producers of digital products like Alay Blanco. I will show you now what we do in Mujeres Tech, one of the initiatives, Alay Blanco. Okay, the first closing of the first camp, I said to the girls, what does a princess do? And one girl said, wait. Just wait. Oh, do you want to be waiting all your life or become a queen and lead and create things like Alay Blanco? Alay Blanco is a girl of the first edition of Girls Tech, and she developed technology, a microchip inserted in a teddy bear for the refugee kids in Syria. In that information you have the name of the kid, the name of the family, blood group, etc. She is 13 years old. She came in December to an event of Women Start Tech for women, and she learned Python. And she says, well, they're calling me freaky. I don't care. You will make much more money than those that call you freaky. And for that, we work on self-esteem. As Soledad mentioned before, we need role models, we need female benchmarks so that girls focus on other women. And they say, if she could make it, why not me? If Soledad from Malaga is working in Silicon Valley and working for the energy department of the USA, why not me? And this is very important stimuli to give visibility, to make girls feel that you do not have to work as a girl or as a man or as a boy. I am very different from my colleagues, female colleagues or male colleagues. We have to talk like persons. I am not a woman engineer. Why do you have to say she's programming as a boy or as a girl? Why don't we just call it she's working or she's programming? This is a word that is very much a concern. Feminism. Feminism is just claiming equality, the same rights. Cristina, when will you stop being a feminist? They ask me. For example, why not at a job interview they ask my male colleague when he will become pregnant, for example. And Maria Luisa said that we are making 20% less money. Of course, if we are used to the bias, who of you have heard this boy is very bossy? Who of you have heard this girl is very bossy? Press unconscious bias. Both of them are leaders. One, the girl, they said, no, you stay quiet, the boy will lead. And this has an impact on everybody when developing, when negotiating salary, for example, with human resources. Because since I was little, they had told me, you cannot be a leader. Someone else will be a boss, a man. And we need men to collaborate with us to make a change, to promote that change, because to change things, we need everybody's help. We are all defending gender diversity, cultural diversity, religious diversity, because anything enriches. This is the time I have left. Oh, 8 seconds. Okay, well, I'll go faster. We are going to create an ecosystem and not an ecosystem. Okay? And I skipped the most important part. Sorry, that is what we are doing. I'll go much faster. Just 5 minutes, okay? I'll go to the nitty-gritty. What do we do with the girls? Well, we organize workshops on robotics, 3D printing. 320 girls altogether in 3 years. We started little by little with pilot projects, and we also develop projects for parents, kids, and for everybody, really, because we work with multidisciplinary teams. For girls, we have organized different activities, both for a day. For example, we also help other people organize things, as for example, entrepreneurship plan. On the 27th of April, we organized a summit. There were tech top speakers. Even Alai was there explaining her own experience. You can see it on YouTube. And we also organized workshops, entrepreneurship workshops, training, networking. Why not? We also organize workshops at a jail, in a jail. And the last slide referred to a team of girls from Washington. They are a team of girls, secondary school, high school rather, sorry. They meet to create things in the field of cybersecurity in secondary school or high school. So you only have to start with a pilot project. I invite you to change the world. INCIBE, the government of Spain, the different institutions should start with small projects, in small things, because as our slogan says, many little people in small places doing small things may change the world. Come on, let's change the world all together. Thank you.